How's it going, everybody? I am Preston Johnson. Welcome to Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV.
As a general philosophy.
That's exactly right. You're a fish.
Qwan, by the way, my producer, Qwan Young, doing a good job. He'll be taking the calls. How you doing today, bud?
Hey, man, how are you?
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Welcome to the show, Bets TV, bringing you Last Word Cheetah. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV. I am Preston Johnson, your host. Doing this show along with Qwan Young. He's co-hosting. He's producing from the other side. He's going with the Twinkle Wave. Welcome, everybody, in from the Game Plus Network. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? I hear something.
I hear that.
Is that me? Is that you?
I think that's you. What are we hearing?
You don't know what we're hearing?
No.
How could you not know? You didn't wake up singing the French national anthem?
I don't know the French national anthem. I can give you America.
Look, what did I tell you guys yesterday? I said I haven't liked a play or a bet in a long time as much as I liked France. In the semis, men's Olympic Games, Slovenia. Look, they only won by one. I blame Carlos for that because he also wanted France. I think if he didn't call in saying he wanted to tail me, then we would have won by 20 or 25. But France takes it down. Seriously, I haven't liked a bet that much in a long time. I'm glad it came through. I don't know if I've ever said that on the show in over 2 months now of doing this. That was probably the best bet that we're going to see in a long time, other than that one time FanDuel had a bad line on the Olympics that Ty called in, I think, and found. But anyway, I just wanted to give France some love. Big block from Nicolas Batum to seal it, and now they will face USA in the finals. But I can't pat myself on the back, glory, without addressing the fact that I did absolutely mush the Australians. I'm not sure if you noticed this, Qwan. I think you said you fell asleep during the game.
I watched till a little bit in the third when KD started taking over.
Okay, well, with 3 minutes left in the second quarter, Australia was up 41-26.
Yeah.
And I tweeted, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
I saw that. I was going to say oi, oi, oi.
And USA went on a 32-4 run after that tweet. Through halftime into the third quarter, a 32-4 run. I take full responsibility. I did like the plus 1,400 right before the official game started, but that's on me. I absolutely jinxed the hell out of Australia.
Was it?
I should know better too.
Was it a jinx, or did just the best player in the world take over?
Well, Booker actually, I think, KD had 23. He was the only guy hitting shots early, but defensively they just ramped it up.
Yeah.
And Australia stopped hitting threes. They couldn't hit a shot for a while. They missed free throws and just got away from them. But I will say the USA defense took it to another level to end the half and in the entire second half. Even at halftime, when it was only a 3-point game after I jinxed that 12-0 run to end the half, I still felt like Australia would hang. Like, you're betting plus 12. You're feeling pretty good, up 15, 3 minutes left in the first half. And didn't get there. So I apologize to those that did bet Australia on the side, those that had the future with me. RIP. But it's okay. We'll survive. By the way, this is a show, Last Word Cheetah, where we take your phone calls and we talk through your bets. You guys were on fire yesterday. You were all over the over in the Braves game. I believe we had 2 people betting that, and one was first 5. Patrick, which, by the way, we switched from 5 plus 100 to 4.5 minus 125. It landed 5, so you got the W. Then it cruised over after that. And then I'm trying to remember. I think there was a bet. Was it Tone that actually took the plus 102 on the Braves side? Anyway, we had a lot of W's. Carlos got France. I think we had at least 4, maybe even more. So well done, everybody, calling in. We track your bets over the month. If this is your first time watching and you don't know, in June, we gave away $700 to the top spot on the leaderboard. $800 in July. We gave away $800 in July. August is brand new. And we have some news. Qwan has offered to donate to the August prize pool if, and for longtime viewers of the show, you'll remember, Qwan was pretty upset. His kickball team was shamed out of the playoffs. He blamed it on playing right field. He blamed it on his hamstring. He blamed it on line drives that happened to go right into the He gets a call earlier today. This is like 3 weeks ago. They were eliminated from the playoffs. Said they made the playoffs. He didn't even go to the game last week. They won without him, by the way. They're in the playoffs. They've snuck in. I'm not sure if this is Little League, like trophy participation. Everyone makes the playoffs, and he just didn't know. But they're in the playoffs somehow. He says if they don't win it all, he'll put $100 in the August prize pool for you.
I'll actually listen. We're gonna go better than 100.
Okay.
I'll throw.
Careful. Remember the hot dog thing at the beginning of July? You said at least 15, no problem in 5 minutes. $10 a dog. You owed 90. You were way off. Free throw shooting.
You know what?
80% automatic. You went 2 for 10.
I'm telling you right now. I'm feeling lean, mean. My hamstrings healed. We're gonna go.
Did you hear
if
that?
we don't, I'm guaranteeing this. It doesn't syntax. It doesn't rhyme at all. But I'm guaranteeing this. If we don't win the championship, there'll be $200 in the leaderboard coming directly from me.
200.
200.
We lost at least 69% of the viewers when you said Garen Quanning. That was horrendous.
They'll come back. It doesn't matter.
I hope so. We apologize here on behalf of
I do not
Steve.
apologize.
But $200, that's generous. He doubled it. He's confident. How many teams are in the playoffs? Is it 8 or 4? 6. So you guys don't have a bye.
No.
You have to win 3 games.
Listen, I'm the best athlete on the field at all times.
Did they win without you last week to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not.
You're not going to – you already said your hammy's feeling better, so you can't use that as an excuse,
No excuses.
when you guys lose.
No excuse. Crasher rule number 76. No excuses.
Okay.
Play like a champion.
Except last time you guys lost, you had a lot of excuses.
Yeah.
Your games are Fridays usually?
Fridays, yeah.
So tomorrow you have your first playoff game?
Tomorrow it's single elimination.
Then do you wait another week until the next game?
It's one night.
Oh, so the championship's Sunday.
No, the championship's 8:30, I think.
Oh, wait, you play all day?
Yeah. So 6:30, 7:30.
Okay.
8:30.
So we'll know by the end of the
Friday night.
Should we bring a crew there? Should we be filming this?
I don't think we should. I think we should just let things
See what
continue
happens.
the
Now
way
he's
they
nervous.
have been.
We'll make him nervous. All right. Man, 3 games in a row. That's rough. We have some callers. All right, we got to take a break in 2 minutes. Let's take one caller first, and then we'll take more on the other side. By the way, 661-515-BETS is our phone number. Let's patch in who we got here first. Who are we talking to? How you doing?
What's up, Preston?
You're excited, Carlos.
Dub.
I don't know how we won.
He was due.
You told look, I told you. As soon as you called in and you said I want France plus 12, you didn't even know the line. I knew it was doomed.
I didn't know the line.
And they still somehow covered. I'm not sure how, but I am so giddy that you did not just absolutely jinx my bet. I love France. Don't necessarily like them against USA here in the final, but that was such a great spot. So congratulations, well done, and thank you for not ruining it for everyone else.
Exactly. It feels so good. It has a lot of weight off of my chest and my shoulders to get it.
I know. And by the way, Qwan has said that if you win, we have a bet. I gave him 5-1 that you would take home one of the monthly leaderboards by the end of the year. And so for $50 each month that you don't, he puts into the pot. I put in $250 if you do. So you're off to a good start. Are you looking baseball today? What are you looking at?
No way. No way.
He's
We're
off
going
the
preseason
time.
NFL.
I'm
leaving for baseball. Taking the under, what is it? Under 32 Pittsburgh, Dallas. You got, the new T. Gilbert and Rush against Mason, Haskins, and whoever else is. Listen, you take the under. 30. What is it? 32.
I can give you 32.5. Someone's been popping the over for the last 6 minutes, a few spots. So I'll say it was 31.5. It's up to 32.5 in Vegas at a few shops. So if anyone can get the 31.5, they want to tail some steam. I don't know if it's going to keep going up or not, but they played over. But I'll give you under 32.5. You get a better number now. Someone else out there is against you, Carlos, and I'm not sure you can win 2 in a row. Have you ever won 2 bets in a row?
I don't think I have, but we will try today.
Carlos,
this might be it.
Carlos, listen. He is a psych out master. Don't listen to him.
I'm not psyching anyone out. That was a genuine question.
I need you to win one of these months, okay? Come through.
All right, Carlos, we appreciate you.
Unlike you, Qwan. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. No, Qwan.
We were about to take a break, but go ahead.
The reason why I say that, Qwan, is because of the hot dog thing. The hot dog thing.
That's true. You ruined everyone who went over.
Yeah.
I gave you a free play.
Yeah, and he was one of the 2 or 3 that went over. He wanted to believe you. Yeah.
You know what? I owe you. That's why I'm betting on you for the next 5 months.
There you
Let's
go.
go, baby. Let's go.
Hey, Carlos, good luck tonight, man. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, brother. All right.
Cool. Those that are hanging on the line, we'll get back to you in 2 minutes. We're going to take a quick break. This is Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV. 661-515-BETS is the number. We will talk more preseason NFL. We're also going to talk MVP after the phone calls with Qwan. He likes someone. Shocker who it is. And we're going to go Pac-12. I'll end the Pac-12 breakdown with my final 4 teams. I'm not sure Carlos has ever been that feisty before on a phone call, and he took it out on you. I'm kind of proud of him, to be honest.
Why would you be proud of that? He just came in off of victory. He came in off of victory.
That's what I'm saying.
With no humility. Like, after you win, you got to be a little humble.
This is not me. This isn't hyperbole. He loses what? 17 straight? Wins one. I appreciated that he was getting into it. He lost so many games in a row. Half of them were parlays. But after his daughter called that one win, he went on a run himself before he started chasing with parlays for the leaderboard, where he lost 7 or 8 straight. Then like a week and a half of parlays lost. And then he lost to start August. He finally... That's why I was doomed. I felt doomed with France, but they got it done. So I don't blame him.
I'm feeling hurt. He told me I don't come through. Now I got to go out.
He finally did, and he just feels like he needs to rub it in your face a little bit. I like it.
He could just come on the show and just throw his weight around. That's kind of upsetting.
All right, we have more callers. Let's patch in the next one. We appreciate you guys holding during the break. We will be on now for a while. Let's talk through the bets. Is it preseason? You going Diamond, Olympics? Who do we got on the call?
Hey, Preston.
There you are. How you doing? I'm good.
Hey, before I give out any picks, I want to give you and Carlos a shout out. I tailed your guys' France basketball pick yesterday, and I woke up to a winner. So I appreciate both of you guys' handicap.
Awesome. I'm not sure what he handicapped in that one, other than he wanted a winner.
I wasn't going to do it unless Carlos convinced me on that one. So I'm going to give more props to Carlos than you.
Okay.
So
fair enough. I'll let him have a day of glory.
So you know what? I'm actually going back to the Olympics as well. I didn't see a lot I liked on the baseball slate today, and I don't really like that preseason game tonight either. So I don't really handicap any of the Olympics, but I have a friend who we kind of bounce ideas off each other sometimes, and he's been big into this, and he really likes Jamaica in the men's 4x100 relay tonight. And I see it. I played it at plus 155 on FanDuel, and that's what it still looks like it's at right now.
Yep, that's what I see now.
That's what I would like to go with.
Did he tell you why he really likes them, other than they're faster than the other countries?
Well, I think that's kind of all you need to know. No, I have no idea.
Cleat info,
on some
terrain.
of these Olympic picks. Yeah, I don't know. On some of these Olympic picks, he's been pretty good. So I don't know. I don't ask for a handicap.
I got one more question for you. Again, I know you don't know, but I'm still trying to figure stuff out. Is this still like the old days? Like, do they hand a baton in these relays? I haven't been watching. Or is it like a clap?
I think they do.
Okay.
No, I think they do. I mean, did you see the rant Carl Lewis went on last night because the U.S. team was so terrible with their relays?
He was losing it.
The U.S. didn't even qualify for this.
He said Carl Lewis is like, this is terrible, like Bush League.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tweet out there.
So there might be baton analytics we could dig into. Maybe Jamaica's better at passing the baton, not just faster.
It matters.
Yeah. I'll have to look into
You would think the U.S. could sneak into that besides like Ghana or Jamaica or Italy. I mean, you would think the U.S., we could figure that out, but apparently not. So.
Yeah, even Canada's in this. Like, oh, yeah, this is rough. All right,
Well,
we'll lock you in at plus
155 for next time. So, all right, thanks, guys.
Take it easy.
See ya.
All right, bring in the next caller. Welcome to Last Word, Cheetah. This is Preston. How you doing?
Hey, Preston. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good, very good. Tonight, I want to go with the Steelers in the Hall of Fame game, please.
Okay. Tell us why. It did move from -1 earlier to -2 at this point across the board. Some 2.5s maybe pushing, but yeah, tell us why you like the Steelers.
No, I prefer their backup QBs to the Cowboys. I prefer their defense to the Cowboys. And I know that the Cowboys, I think 16 players didn't even travel with the team, so I don't think they're going to take it too seriously tonight. So I'm liking the Steelers.
Do you think Dwayne Haskins gets some run? When does he play? Second quarter?
Yes, he's supposed
second
to be
half?
playing the second quarter. Yeah,
Okay.
he's supposed to play in the first half, and then Dolph is supposed to be playing the second half.
Cool. We'll lock you in at the -2 for Pittsburgh. We appreciate the call, man. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, man.
Steelers and over.
I love how Sarup just comes on. He just gives his play. He doesn't brag or boast about winning, any of that stuff. He doesn't call Qwan trash. I'm kind of upset at Carl.
Dude, have you ever lost 17 bets in a row before?
Probably.
And that's 17 on this show. We know that over the weekend, he also lost like 6 or 7 straight to a 16-year-old kid betting UFC with his son's baseball team. Like, the guy had lost 20-something straight.
This is it.
He wins with France. You just got to take it. Give him his day of glory.
Yeah. This is Carlos' day.
Do we have anyone on hold, by the way?
We do. We got Ty on.
All right, Ty. Welcome to the show, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. We were good. What did you bet yesterday? I'm trying to remember.
I bet Braves Cardinals over 9, and that hit.
Okay, so you were the full game over. I remember Patrick was first 5. I remember Tone had the plus 102 on the Braves. So you got the over.
Yeah, and when we hung up the phone, I said, we're both going to win, and we both did.
There you go. Easy game. Give us another easy one today.
I'm going to the Olympics. I'm going to the women's 400-meter hurdle, which is tomorrow morning, and the favorite is American Shawnee Miller hyphen, and her last name starts with a U. She's like -160, -170 range.
I'm looking. Let's see.
Women's 400-meter hurdles.
Man, hurdles, I'm not sure if this is like a different subset of... I'll check on my phone app real quick and see if I can pull it up. I do not see it. You're sure it's like in overnight in the morning? Didn't go off today in the morning?
Oh, sorry. It's just 400 meters, not hurdles.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense.
My
bad. In USA is what?
The girl is -170 on DK. I don't know if there's better numbers out there.
I'm a little bit confused. So I only have FanDuel up. I'm looking at DK on my phone. They have women's 400-meter relay, women's 100 relay.
It's not a relay. It's just a straight.
We're looking it up, man. If you're looking at minus 170, I mean, I trust you.
Yeah, I can screenshot it too. Her first name's Shawnee and last name is Miller, and then hyphen, and her other second name starts with a U.
Is it under to win a medal? Or no, it would just be gold. Yeah, I'm not seeing it here either. I'm under gymnastics, Olympic. I'm not sure why I'm in gymnastics. No. That would explain it.
Yeah, go to track and field.
All right, I got it. We're good.
Okay. That's what I'm going with, and I'll call back in tomorrow.
All right.
He has another play for Saturday. Your final leg.
Well, he's sweating that out.
Yeah. It went the closing line's going to go against me, so I don't know if that bodes well, but who knows?
I don't think it does, unless you need Japan in jiu-jitsu or whatever it was over the weekend for your free $800 or $700.
That's not even a country to me anymore, guys.
Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot. If you want, I can DM you where Japan's located. By the way, Shinai Miller Uibu is minus 175. I got to give you minus 175. That's current since you probably refreshed.
That's
fine.
Right.
We'll lock you in there, man. We appreciate it.
All right, boys. Thanks. Have a good night.
You too. I don't know why I was looking in gymnastics. That was on me. Killed like 30 to 45 seconds of our lives there. We got anyone on the call, or are we good?
No, we don't.
I wonder... I know there's people out there that actually are betting the Olympics pretty seriously, like really grinding. They're shopping around for prices. But I never really thought until Patrick called in a little bit there was these running competitions or like the relay. Like, how do you handicap a relay other than
splits?
They run this fast on average, and so they're this much faster relative to the other countries or people running. Like, it's really just a math problem, and the market should just be pretty straightforward.
It depends on splits and the handoff.
But that's what. So then I'm wondering, but the handoff's like accounted for in the final times. Like the final times of all of these runners, if they're doing relays and you have historical data on relays, it's accounting for all of that anyway. I don't know. I'm trying to think through how I would like model Olympic relay racing for track and field, and it doesn't seem like it would be too difficult, which then makes me think the market's probably pretty much spot on and there's nothing to gain even trying to bet it. That's my initial read. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Maybe it's like reason why I brought up terrain. Maybe there's a difference like clay and grass and tennis. Like that's a big difference. Maybe there's something about the type of dirt in different countries. I don't know.
It's all on the track. That's
what I thought. Like it seems pretty straightforward. Like these people are faster than the other ones this frequently versus this frequently. I don't know. It seems like it would be pretty straightforward. Maybe there's value, though, plus 155. I don't know. It's Patrick's friend anyway. I just had to think through it a bit. You okay? You're giving me... It's like you're trying to like...
I'm trying to put it together. I mean, the only thing you really got is the split and if they're good at passing the baton without wasting seconds. Is what I would assume.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But then that's just accounted for anyway in all of the final times, final scores. By the way, if people are wondering, I don't think there's any value tonight in the preseason game, although there was movement over. And when I mentioned it earlier on the show, it had been between like 1 and 106 Pacific time at a couple of shops. Even a few others have now gone that direction too. So maybe that's worthwhile if you can still find 31 and a halves. I'm not so sure that's the case. I'm staying away. Do you have a pick in the gold game, by the way? Game's tomorrow anyways, but I know we'll talk about it more, but we've been talking a little Olympics, a little preseason NFL. We're going to talk more NFL when we get out the next break, but we got 2 more minutes. France is getting 12.5 points. That's kind of where Spain's number was. It's where Australia was, and USA's actually covered against both of those teams. But France is the team that beat them outright to start the Olympic actual qualifying games. 6-1 on the money line.
I don't know, man. It was rough, like watching them play. And,
you know what?
Shots.
Speaking of Qwan fades, You fell asleep right when USA went on their huge run. So I'm not sure it was my fault now that I'm thinking this through.
We got a call.
You stopped watching and USA started doing well. I just happened to tweet too at the same time. I could probably put this on you. All right, we got a call. He's already upset. How's it going? Go ahead. Patch him through. Who are we talking to?
Hey, Preston, it's Bob.
Hey, Bob. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Did you do baseball yesterday? I'm trying to remember.
I did. Yeah, I was the loser. Right?
Okay, I think there was one person
crazy,
that
right?
lost. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
I apologize.
White Sox, they just got, you know.
It was
it's
9-1 or something. It wasn't even close.
Yeah. But baseball's funny like that. Like the best teams win 60% of the games. You know, it's like.
That's
NBA,
why when you're laying
NFL,
minus
best
255, it's not always the right play or worthwhile.
Right. That's why it's usually smart to bet on the Mariners, right? Because they're always plus money.
That's what you tried earlier. That didn't work either.
No, it did. Flexen one, remember? Yeah.
Did he win both times you bet on him then? Those are the 2 wins?
Wow. Come on now. Be nice. Hey, I was wondering, I was looking on QuanKing.com, but what's the line on Qwan's team winning the championship Friday night in kickball?
Should we offer him a number on this, a price?
It's plus money.
Well, it has to be. You have to win 3 games.
No, it's like, I'm talking 70-1.
70-1? Why, is there like some ringer team that?
Well, if we're talking clear analytics of the team,
we have them, yeah.
I've been given. I got like a 4.3 ERA.
You guys are actually tracking that?
No, limited defensive help. Very limited. The offensive help, I bat leadoff, or I kick leadoff, and the game plan is I go single, first to third, and then whatever the hell happens after that happens. So
you're just donating $200 into the prize pool. You pretty much have no confidence.
Pretty much, if I don't go Super Saiyan, we're in trouble.
It doesn't look like you're going to get in line, Bob. Yeah.
Qwan is the best athlete on the field at all times.
At all times.
That's why they won the game without him last week to make the playoffs. He didn't even know about it.
They needed to know what it was like without me, and they rose to the occasion.
Okay, it was one of those. Okay. Do you have something else? Right, we got to hit a break in a bit. You can lock in on baseball, or do you want to go to the football game?
Well, I don't know. The line, it's all so crazy, right? It's like that's not very many points, 32. And I mean, I think Pittsburgh's coach, Tomlin, he just plays to win all the time. So that's always a safe bet to bet him to win. So let's just go. I'll give up the points, and I'll just choose Pittsburgh to win, even though I do have a future under on them for the regular season.
Okay.
What is it?
I think a lot of people like Pittsburgh under in the regular season, yeah. Other than Pat Mann, he's like the one person that.
Yeah.
We'll lock you in at -2, Bob. We'll give I can give you -103 on the -2, and go Pittsburgh. We got a few colors now on the Steelers.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
We'll take them on the other side. We got to hit a break first. We'll take your calls, then we'll play Qwan's MVP reel. We got to react to whatever his MVP video is. But we'll take the calls. You guys can hold for just 2 minutes. 661-515-BETS is our number. This is Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV. And we will be back very, very shortly. There we go. We're working on the mic because we did get Tone calling in, and then he hung up on Qwan just now when he found out he was behind Andre in line. So we're going to patch Andre in first. We'll see if Tone calls back. Then we'll get to the NFL videos. Andre, how you doing, man? You there?
Preston,
you can blame me. I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show. I take full responsibility.
I won't have any of that, Preston. Okay, because once again, my concentration, that's the reason that I'm in the predicament. It has nothing to do with you. And I know Tone's going to come on after this and provide some wisdom and some knowledge, okay? I'm getting back on the bandwagon. Tone said Tone's getting back on the bandwagon. I am as well. I didn't focus like I needed to when I saw Australia up 3 at halftime. I felt content, Preston. Okay?
This is what happened in your last game. You said you went out and walked the dog at halftime with Spain.
No, I didn't walk the dog, but I felt a moment of contentment, and that's what triggered Team USA's 48-14 run, okay, which ended the ultimate result. So I have a play, okay. I'm going to learn from what's going on. Okay, I'm taking Team USA. They're getting 12 and a half. The final score will be France 82, Team USA 95 in the gold medal game. I guarantee it. Okay, they're going to win by 13 points somehow, some way. All right, and that's going to be the outcome. I know it, and I'm going to watch the whole game second by second. I'm not losing focus, concentration for one moment. Also, Preston, you gave some good information and some insight. I was confident in the under in Slovenia versus France, okay? But then Luka had to go out there and shoot 5 for 18, Preston. You saw it. He didn't have a good shooting night. Okay, they did a good job. Batum, Gobert, they bottled him up, Preston. 18 assists.
Everyone else hit every shot, and they couldn't get a stop. Yeah.
Okay, because somehow it was known that I had the under, and so they had to get.
That's right.
I'm back on the bandwagon. Okay, Team USA, they're winning by 13, and we're going to get right. Preston, you have zero blame in this scenario. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course, we love you, man. I take some blame because I really did tweet the Aussie thing when they were up 15, and 48-14 was the total run. So I remembered 32-4, but it actually got a little bit worse if you go a few more minutes. That's brutal. By the way, 18 assists. I know Luka, it's not up a ton of places, so I'll probably talk about it more tomorrow. They still play the bronze game. And Australia's a dog at the places that do offer it, +2, +1.5. Luka hurt his hand running into the scores table. I wasn't awake for this. I'm too old now to stay up until 4 a.m. and watch it. But I woke up, watched some highlights, talked to some people. Luka hurt his hand. He didn't shoot the final 6 minutes of the game. This is a game to go to the play for the gold. He passed up a shot in that top side step back that he can take all the time. He passes up on that. The other guy drives, tries to get a layup, and Batum blocks it. He didn't attempt a shot the final 6 minutes. His hand's probably hurting, and they're laying points against Australia, who's just the better team, more well-rounded, who, by the way, also pulled everyone out in the fourth quarter against USA to rest for this bronze medal game. It's not like I know the narrative will be Luka and Slovenia can win their first ever medal. You don't think Australia wants to win a medal? They're both going to be trying. I think Australia is better. So if you have the books that are offering that, some early alpha before tomorrow, I don't know. I imagine Australia will be a favorite over Slovenia by the time this tips. Unless there's some sort of news that Luka's hand is totally botched or he doesn't play, then the market's just going to shift out of control anyways. But follow it, and if you have an opportunity to bet it, I would do it now. Do we have Tone, our friend? Welcome back, sir. Thanks for calling back in. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you got a W last night. Everyone hit that Braves game, basically.
Yeah. I remember you saying people had the over and all. I want the Braves again tonight.
You know how to say the pitcher's name?
Tuki Toussaint.
Toussaint? Yeah, I don't know if it's French or something. Yeah.
How do you say it?
I think Toussaint. I think would be how you would say it if it's French. Looks French to me. Same with LeBlanc, who he's going up against. Yeah, it's a French game. Look, I can give you -112. Does that work?
Yeah, we're on that. And how high were you last night, or were you about to beat it when you were talking about this lotion conversation? on Twitter.
I don't remember anything about.
How many times have you lotioned up your hands in the last year or something?
Oh, how many times you use hand sanitizer?
Oh, hand sanitizer. I had that thought.
It's a lot, man.
My hand sanitizer.
We're in the middle of a
I am
pandemic.
very OCD. I was already a germaphobe before we had a pandemic and a virus. I've definitely used it over 1,000 times. I think was option D of my poll. What was we're getting close to the final results. Let me pull it up.
0 to 1.
0 to 100 was winning. It was like 40% of people.
That's why we're still in the pandemic.
I was like, yeah, it's still 37.5%. Over 1,000 votes. 37.5% of the people have used hand sanitizer in the last year, 0 to 100 times. Actually, D is the least frequent at 19%. Yeah, I don't understand.
It makes sense.
If I use the gas pump, I have hand sanitizer in my car. I use it. Before I eat, I just am way over the top. But still, how are you not using hand sanitizer at this point? I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad you brought that up. You had the wrong word. I wouldn't use hand sanitizer for the other stuff, but to each their own. Tone, thanks for the call. Good luck to the Braves. -112. We'll lock you in.
Oh, the Steelers tonight have absolutely no chance. I haven't heard anyone on
Why
the
didn't you bet the Cowboys +2?
I haven't heard anyone I did in real life, not here. I haven't heard anyone on the Cowboys, and it's all like, oh, I like the Steelers' backups better. It's like, what is there to like from Dobbs and Hoskins, really? So it's like, oh, I just love these guys because I heard their name before. And it's like,
you know who the backup quarterbacks are for the Cowboys? Remember last year when they tried to play football without Dak Prescott?
Yeah, the boy.
Is Gilbert still the backup?
Garrett Gilbert and DiNucci. I think DiNucci. What's his first name? Ben?
Yeah.
Ben DiNucci?
I'll take both of them over the obsession of Dobbs being some rocket engineer but can't play football. That was always the case. Oh, he's got a brain, but he's got a rocket
something science degree.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a brain. Well, the guy can't fucking play quarterback. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean that.
This is what we'll do before we cut you off. We're gonna make you parlay the Braves now with the Cowboys +2. You have to. All right.
Yeah.
I'll give you plus. It'll be like +260 something.
All right, cool bet. Actually, yeah, just give me the money line on the Cowgirls,
okay.
And we'll take it to the bank.
All right, I'll lock in money line. Let me price this out. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take it easy.
All right, have a good one.
+118. That's actually all right. This is going to be a lot higher. It'll be probably over 3 to 1. Give me 2 more seconds. +313. +313 for Tone on his parlay. You can't talk. Oh, no chance Pittsburgh wins. And blah 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 blah, and then not actually put up your $0 to go with it. Let's roll your tape. You got an MVP video for the upcoming season that Qwan put together for us. I would like to see what is in store this year, and I have a pick, but we'll talk about it later after we talk over yours.
What's up, everybody? I'm DeQuan Young, and today's the day that we've all been waiting for. The return of the greatest sport on earth, football. Now, I know this is only the preseason, but now's the best time to start talking about who's going to ball out this year. So today, I present to you my way too early NFL MVP pick. Now, a great team season is often anchored by a great individual season. Take Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay last year, who threw for 4,300 yards and 48 touchdowns while completing 70% of his passes. And he's back, and he's still in the NFC North, playing against some of the bottom-ranked defenses in the league, and he's on a revenge tour. So look for him to be in the running again as he goes for his 4th MVP. This award has had 9 multi-time winners, with Peyton Manning winning the award 5 times in the history of the NFL. He's also the only player to win back-to-back NFL MVPs. If Aaron Rodgers goes back-to-back, I swear to God. Now, only 2 defensive players have held the trophy, Alan Page and Lawrence Taylor. But if you're looking for a play for Aaron Donald, he's 100 to 1 to win the trophy. As for wide receivers, one hasn't won one since Jerry Rice in 1987, and I wouldn't count on it this year either. But here's some long shots for DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams. It would take one of these two breaking Jerry Rice's single-season receiving record, and I just don't see that happening. And the last running back to win NFL MVP, you'd have to go all the way back to 2012 and Adrian Peterson, whom, after tearing an ACL, returned the following year to rush for 2,097 yards. Prior to that, it was LaDainian Tomlinson in 06. The NFL MVP isn't kind to running backs, but if you're looking for value there, your best bets are Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry. McCaffrey and the Panthers won't be good or garner enough wins for him to get an MVP, as they're projected to win around 7.5 games. His numbers will be great, as he's still the focal point of the Panthers offense. As far as Derrick Henry goes, last season, he ran for 2,000 yards along with 17 touchdowns and still lost the MVP to Aaron Rodgers. He gives great value at 40-1 odds, and he also benefits the most from having Julio Jones and A.J. Brown on the outside. It means he may not face 7 and 8 man boxes, which the Titans still excel against, by the way. Now, my pick for NFL MVP at 18-1 odds is John Matthew Stafford. He's escaped the clutches of the Detroit Lions and moved on to greener pastures. Now, with offensive weapons and a top 10 defense, that means no more playing from behind, no more forcing the ball downfield late in games, and no more hero ball. He'll get more opportunities with the ball playing on this Rams team with a top 10 defense. So if he can protect the ball and not force throws downfield, take it to the bank that Matthew Stafford will be your 2021 MVP. This has been DeQuan Young talking way too early NFL MVP picks. Let's get back to the show.
Qwan.
Yes.
Do you remember? I'd bring this over to the couch. Do you remember back when we used to do our sports betting therapy sessions here? You would lay out, we would talk through your bets. You were having struggles. Everyone does. But you're from Detroit. You were betting the Lions to win the Super Bowl every year, and you hated yourself for it. I think there is some Freudian subconscious Matthew Stafford, former Detroit Lion, MVP back there that doesn't really make some sense. Look, I love McVay. I've been the first and will be the first to say he's a great offensive mind. I'm not sure they have enough weapons. At the price now, I feel like everyone's kind of chased Stafford MVP because he's now with the Rams. It's not value. Tell us why. I know you hit on it there at the end, but why do you actually like Stafford at 18-1? Why do you think that he can get it done with the Rams?
If you watch him throw the ball and you watch him make plays, he's always played from behind. Last season, when they got out early, there was nothing to stop teams from, coming back, getting back into the game. So having somebody who can get you ahead and then having a running game to fall back on or a defense to fall back on is going to benefit him, because in those games last season in Detroit, they went up big and then it was like panic mode. They couldn't control the game or have the lead. So he was forcing the ball downfield, making errant throws at times, and trying to keep the Lions in the game.
So let me ask you this, because Todd Gurley, he dropped off. Cam Akers, injury. You said they can rely on a running game. The running game might not be there, at least as efficiently as it would have been otherwise. Defensively, I agree, but then they also lost Brandon Staley, who's now the head coach, I believe, for the Chargers, right? So he brought in that youth kind of old, new mix with new school defensive scheme that was pretty tough for teams last year. So they lose the run game. They actually lose their defensive coordinator. I'm not 100% sold the Rams as a whole. I think they're actually going to be better offensively. I agree with Stafford. I'm not sure they can rely on that side. I'll give you a name, though. Someone that's just about the same price, 17-1, that's already won the MVP on the current team that he plays for. They added 3 receivers this offseason, a tight end. They makeshifted their entire right side of the offensive line, which struggled last year, and they get Ronnie Stanley back at left tackle, the Baltimore Ravens, and Lamar Jackson. 17-1. Well, you're giving me a face.
I don't.
You don't like you don't see it. It already happened.
Yeah, but
and even last year for a period, he was the second favorite.
The one thing that I think Lamar Jackson even hits on is that defenses are calling the plays out. They are on. Who's the coordinator that they keep complaining about? Williams. I think
could be.
He's run the same scheme since he's been in the NFL. And they're calling the plays out. They know what's coming. They're anticipating. So, once you get film on them, you can scheme them up, and they're stoppable. It's something where you have to make Lamar Jackson beat you with his arm, because if he gets extra time.
So here's my question. What if he does actually a little bit more than the past few years beat teams with his arm? They are playing up more frequently. Yeah, teams countered last year. They also weren't able to run 13 personnel because they lost Hurst, I believe, and Andrews wasn't as good. Like, they didn't have the tight end, core that they had in 2019 when he did win MVP. Teams were playing up. They were forced. They were like, hey, you're going to have to beat us either with other guys running the football or through the air. If they're able to then actually, what if he improves through the air some? Now that they've added actually, some receiving weapons, Sammy Watkins, and then the 2 draft picks. I think there's upside. Plus, they brought in Oliver, who was a second-rounder from Jacksonville 2 years ago, hasn't even played because he's been hurt. He was a second-round tight end draft pick from Jacksonville. Could absolutely be amazing for them, too. In this scheme, I think that's the recounter back because you're right. They did make those adjustments. Baltimore wasn't as good offensively last year. That's not a secret. If they're able to now throw the ball a little more, you have to respect Lamar's arm.
Yeah.
Then the running game opens up crazy.
Yeah.
And you're getting 17-1. He's like the 8th, 9th, 10th favorite, depending on the book, to win MVP. Like, he just won it, and they're going to be a lot better offensively with an offensive line that's healthy. I love it. I think that he should be priced in that top 3 to 5 range. So when you're looking at the market and there's all these guys, like, I get Kyler Murray love, I do, but he's like 10 or 12 to 1. You can get Lamar at 17 to 1. I think there's a massive swing. Plus, I just think Baltimore has a better chance of being a better team to win enough games to win the award too, which is also part of this, which is why I know you like the Rams. But I gotta go Lamar Jackson for that price. That's my favorite bet on the board.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, someone I did bet 2 years ago when he did win it, so I'm fine going back to the well. I feel like I'm free rolling anyway.
I don't see. The what if for Lamar Jackson. What if he can beat you with his arm? Where I'm not saying it's not proven that he hasn't shown that he can, but
the floor is high regardless. I think that's why I feel comfortable with it, right? Because if you're right, he doesn't really make improvements through the air with all of these weapons. I think he will to some degree. But then the floor is still high enough that he might be in the mix regardless. So I guess that's why, for me, it feels like the safest bet on some of these longer shots that aren't like Mahomes plus 450 or the guys sitting 7 to 1, 10 to 1 like Tom Brady and Kyler Murray in that range. Aaron Rodgers is interesting. You said revenge tour. Let's hit on this one real quick because I saw earlier today, him, I don't think you said you saw it. He was just in training camp or whatever, rolling out probably 30, 35 yards on the other hash into a corner. You know those nets that they throw the balls through? He just lofted one into the back corner of the end zone perfectly into this net, and they got it on camera.
I'm
the Packers Twitter
right now.
You need to look it up. I think it was secretly it was Jordan Love, but Packers Twitter account said it was Aaron Rodgers. We'll find out maybe when there's an investigation. But the revenge tour from Rodgers, that one that kind of worries me a little bit. And you mentioned the back-to-back MVPs, a few of the times that's happened in the past. That one, I could see it because people were doubting him. They've been talking negative about him this entire time. The division is, we've talked about it. Maybe one of those other teams could step up if Rodgers was to retire or not play. Now he's playing. I don't know. I kind of worry. I think the Rodgers bet of the ones you hit on there is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I still like Lamar for the value, but Rodgers is going to be damn good.
I think the Bears, 20th, or Vikings low 20s, and the Lions are like 31st in the secondary. It's just.
That's 6 games right there.
He could do what he wants in that division, and there's no worry. So it's going to come down to just how badass is his follow-up season. And I think with that added motivation and him probably going somewhere else next year, he's going to want to prove that, hey, Green Bay, you're making a mistake, or my next team, this is what you're getting.
Do you think they can win the Super Bowl then? If we're expecting some sort of Aaron Rodgers caliber MVP season, the price for Super Bowl is a lot better than his MVP price. Is that something you'd consider too?
I still don't trust the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs yet, which is, I mean,
he's done it before, but not recently.
Yeah, it's been 11 years, 12 years. So, I see it. I can see. I don't see the only teams in the NFC I see competing for the Super Bowl. Tampa Bay. I like the Rams, Green Bay, and that's it off the top of my head.
New Orleans Saints.
We're gonna go to commercial here real quick.
Got it there. 200 to 1 MVP. I did see it listed now. By the way, we talked about it before.
If you got money to blow, do it.
Can we put a graphic of Taysom Hill right here so I can go back to my desk?
Yes.
A big Taysom Hill graphic.
Big. It's just Taysom Hill.
We're back. We're good. That was pretty quick. I don't know how you had that graphic ready. Man, he looks so good. MVP and Taysom Hill all in the same vision line. It's so pretty. Look, we got about 6 minutes left. I got to wrap up Pac-12. Do you want to say something real quick? 30 seconds max.
Good luck to Taysom Hill and his journey as a quarterback. That's it. That's all I got.
Jameis Winston, 80-1. I like that one up too. I was curious. Just bet both of them. All right, we're going to go Pac-12. We've talked over the top 8 teams. We have 4 left. There is no way those season win total numbers are correct. You know, I actually checked the graphic every day except today. We didn't do it. And I don't remember why. We were doing something right before we went live. And maybe he can update those.
Yeah, we'll get on that right now.
Washington State is 6. Colorado's 4.5, and it's juiced under, usually minus 120 range. Man, it's like bet the board under all of them. Look, I wanted to do this quicker anyway because there are 4 teams bottom of the barrel, if you want to call them that, in the Pac-12. I know Colorado had somewhat successful year last year. I don't anticipate that to be the case. Their defense way overachieved, in my opinion, and offensively, they don't project to be as good. They also play a schedule that I think ranks top 25 in the entire country, which generally in the Pac-12, you're like, okay, well, you know, they have some tough teams they have to play, like USC or Oregon or Washington. They also have Utah, ASU, but they play A&M and Minnesota out of conference. So that's the one bet I do like, just from a sheer numbers perspective. The under 4.5, I don't think Colorado gets to 5 wins frequent enough. And the other 3 are ones that I think are on market, but I do want to talk a little bit of Washington State while Qwan updates that graphic real quick. But they're at 6 flat. I loved, if you haven't heard of Jaden Delora yet, he was the single player I enjoyed watching most last year. And a lot of people probably weren't watching Washington State, but he was a true freshman. He came over from Honolulu, I believe. He's from somewhere in Hawaii. I believe it was Honolulu. True freshman. Nick Rolovich, who comes also from Hawaii, who used to coach at Hawaii, brings him over, pretty highly recruited. He's just a baller, man. He's a gamer. He makes plays. They only played 4 games last year with Delora under center. They were 3 of them on the road, including 2 of those at Utah, at USC. And then their home game was against number 11 Oregon. So those are the 3 best teams in the conference. And their one win was their road game at Oregon State, an Oregon State team that also started playing better down the stretch. And, you know, people at least have some relatively realistic hopes for them this year, even though they're near the bottom of the conference. They went 1-3, but they averaged 27 points per game, true freshman, no offseason. Nick Rolovich's first season there, kind of making do with what he has. Against 3 of the best teams in the conference, they still were scoring 27 plus per game. So I think the offense is going to be awesome. The defense stinks. It'll still stink. I think they're a 6-win-ish team, maybe some upside to a 7-win team if Delora is just awesome. They have Max Borghe's like a cool kind of Christian McCaffrey-esque type running back and do a ton out of the backfield through the air as well. They had a transfer, I believe his last name is Watson, Nakia Watson from Wisconsin. I apologize if I'm wrong, but they did get a transfer from Wisconsin. Plus, they still have Deion McIntosh, who took over for Borghe last year when Borghe got hurt. So they have all of these weapons in the backfield, along with Delora, who has some mobility himself. They take deep shots with the run-and-shoot type offense that Rolovich brings to the table. I like Washington State. I think they're a team to at least if for nothing else, to fire overs in the first few games of the season before the market catches up, because I think this offense will explode. And I do believe defensively they're going to be in that similar range that they were a year ago. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. You don't need to worry about adjusting the final graphic if you don't want to. I can just update them live. But he did get that changed. Washington State at 6, Colorado at 4.5. And I'm pulling up the Cougars' defensive metrics last year, 109th in the country in EPA per pass allowed. They're about average in the country against the run, but through the year they just got eaten up. They played a ton of cover 1 and man. Didn't work. Not sure if they're going to adjust. I like the onset look early on overs in Washington State games. I like the under 4.5 for Colorado. And as far as Oregon State goes, and Arizona, who's at 2.5, they have, I think, 1 game I project Arizona to even be a favorite in. I have those right around where market is with my projection. So nothing worth betting. The 2.5. I think they play Northern Arizona. So even their FCS game that they're going to be a favorite in, it's like a interstate rivalry versus the FCS team. Never know. We've seen some upsets happen there too. I can't get behind. I think Jed Fish, is that his name? He takes over Patriots' old quarterback coach. Yeah, he takes over at Arizona. They have to redo the whole Kevin Sumlin era. It's going to be ugly. The 2.5, it looks crazy. I think it's correct. So I wouldn't be betting overs on Arizona. And that does it. We'll do a recap tomorrow of all the Pac-12 games and futures and season wins that we hit on for the 3 total days. And hopefully Ray is feeling good enough to hop on a call. We'll have him break down the conference, hear from him, tell him where I'm wrong. He can tell me where I'm wrong. We'll tell Qwan where he's wrong when he tries to play kickball 3 games tomorrow and win the championship for $200 in the prize pool. Thanks, everybody that called in.
We're going to the ship.
I hope so. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow. Game plan. Hopefully we can scheme a W for him over there. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
Mike's off.